Most of the players on this list have become a meme. They broke the internet because of wild plays, crazy mistakes, or funny interviews. But who are the most viral players in NBA history, and where are they now? The one thing Nick Young does better than playing basketball is going viral. Like that time he celebrated a three-pointer that didn't go in. Or when the Lakers were dead last in the standings and he pissed off Kobe by celebrating too hard. Nick Young was very talented, and he could have gone viral by being good at basketball, but he's mainly gone viral because of his shenanigans. And his most infamous moment ever was a leaked conversation with D'Angelo Russell, where Russell broke the bro code and stabbed Young in the back. D'Angelo stupidly published their private conversation online, where Young admitted that he cheated on his fiancée, Iggy Azalea. And when Iggy broke up with Nick, the drama continued with the entire NBA community calling D'Angelo a rat, or D'Angelo Ratso. Nick then got serious for a while, and in 2018 finally became a champion with the Warriors, after which he played in Ice Cube's Big Three. But even after he retired from basketball, Nick was still addicted to going viral. Now he's designing clothes, making crazy claims on podcasts, and he even started boxing. Nick boxed an exhibition match against TikTok star Malcolm Minikin, but to be completely honest, he didn't look good. Swaggy P got whooped for the majority of the fight, until an illegal move from Minikin sent Young flying out of the ring, and the match ended as a no contest. But Young wasn't the only former NBA player going viral in a boxing ring, and getting embarrassed in front of the whole world. Nate Robinson used to go viral because he is closer in height to Kevin Hart than he is to LeBron James. And despite being one of the shortest NBA players ever, he's the record holder for most dunk contest wins in NBA history. Nate Robinson was one of the most electrifying guards of his era in terms of jumping ability, and carved out a successful 11-year NBA career. But after 2016, Nate wasn't good enough to play in the NBA anymore, so he took his talents to Israel and Venezuela. He even won the Venezuelan National Championship and the Finals MVP. Robinson also appeared in Ice Cube's Big Three League and made a debut on the silver screen, starring in the 2018 movie Uncle Drew, next to Shaq, Kyrie Irving, and other NBA stars. It was all going great for Robinson until he decided to switch sports and start a boxing career. In an attempt to go viral again, Nate fought the YouTube sensation Jake Paul, and he did go viral, but for all the wrong reasons. Paul completely outclassed him in the ring, and in the middle of the second round, he sent Robinson to sleep with a beautiful knockout. But if someone as short as Robinson can go so viral, what about one of the tallest players to ever join the NBA? Tacko Fall is one of the largest humans on planet Earth, and his measurements set all-time NBA records at the Draft Combine. Measured at 7'7" wearing shoes, having the longest wingspan at 8 feet 2 inches, and the highest standing reach at 10 feet and 2 inches. It's mind-blowing that Tacko Fall only played 3 NBA seasons with Boston and Cleveland. But even though Tacko appeared in just 37 NBA games and scored a total of only 82 points, he was always going viral, either for his weird shooting form or because of his hilarious picture running next to 5'11" Carson Edwards. Dude's so tall, that pic doesn't even look real. But now, he's most recently spent the 2022 season playing in the G League. And in 2023, after signing for the Flying Tigers in the Chinese Basketball Association, he'll probably become a huge star in China. But not as big of a star as the skinny Asian kid, who became the biggest basketball star on planet Earth. We're talking about a guy who played college ball at Harvard and then went undrafted in the 2010 NBA draft. But after injuries cracked open a spot in the Knicks rotation, his agent finally got him a chance to play in the league. We're talking about Jeremy Lin. And his agent also said that if Lin didn't play well, it would be both his first and last game in the NBA. At the time, Lin was living on a friend's couch, so Lin came into the game and played like his life depended on it, because it did. He went out, put up 25 points, dished out 7 assists for a win, and earned a permanent spot on the Knicks roster. In the next game, he started for the first time, finishing with 28 points and 8 assists. Then came a duel against Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers at the Garden, where out of nowhere, Lin scored 38 points, including a dagger 3 in front of the Lakers bench.
Lin for 3, bang!
After that win against Kobe, everybody was crazy about Lin. But in the very next game, Lin blew everybody out of their seats again. It was Valentine's Day, and the game against the Raptors was tied with a few seconds to go. Lin had the ball, waved off a screen, and hit a cold-blooded game-winning buzzer beater that would create Linsanity. His magical run became a global phenomenon, and every media outlet on the planet was talking about his Cinderella story. Lin even finished in Time magazine as one of the top 100 most influential people in the world. After the season ended, Jeremy signed a $25 million deal with the Rockets, and he remained in the NBA until 2019, when he won the NBA championship with the Raptors. He was the first player of Asian descent with an NBA ring, and he ended his NBA career with $65 million in salary earnings. After the NBA, Lin joined the Beijing Ducks in the CBA, and for the 2023 season, he'll play for Guangzhou Lung Lions. But Lin is staying busy off the court too, serving youth in underserved communities with his Jeremy Lin Foundation. Although, it's more than the youth who can use help from Lin's foundation, because former NBA player Delonte West has been down bad. After being LeBron's sidekick during James's first run with Cleveland, Delonte West retired from the NBA at just 28 years old due to mental health issues. He later tried to resurrect his career in China, but without much success. Delonte had made over $16 million in NBA salary. But by 2019, substance abuse and poor life choices made him homeless. Many people in the NBA reached out and tried to help Delonte, but it was no use. In 2022, a video of West went viral when he was found begging for money on a highway in Virginia. But even at rock bottom, West is still looking for another shot in the NBA, this time working as a scout or a coach. And mental health problems are not exclusive to Delonte West. Former Defensive Player of the Year and producer of arguably the most viral moment in NBA history, Ron Artest, had some struggles of his own. It was 2004 when Ron Artest charged into the stands and tried to beat the crap out of everybody in his way, an incident that resulted in the biggest non-drug-related suspension in NBA history. But Artest bounced back. He later went on to play great defense and helped Kobe to win a championship against Boston. But not without more viral moments, like the time Ron went on the Jimmy Kimmel Show wearing only his boxers, or when he nearly decapitated James Harden, and of course, when he changed his name every other week. In 2011, he became Metta World Peace, then briefly Panda's friend, until he finally settled with Metta Sandiford Artest. But most recently, Artest has dedicated his life to helping the lives of young athletes. He's become an advocate for mental health, works with the Lakers G League team in player development, and operates Artest Management Group, which trains and assists athletes on financial matters. There weren't many NBA players scarier than Artest, but if we had to pick one, it would be the Bird. No, we're not talking about Larry Bird, but one of the most recognizable and most terrifying-looking former NBA players, who also has one of the best nicknames in NBA history.
Birdman.
Chris Anderson. When Birdman came to the NBA in 2001, he had only one tattoo, but by the time he was done with basketball, he basically ran out of skin for new ones. In 2013, Chris won a championship with the Miami Heat, and after the 2017 season, he decided to retire. Until, 1 year after retiring from the NBA, Birdman joined the Big Three. In 2018, he was named the Big Three Defensive Player of the Year and won the championship. Now in 2022, Chris has settled down and lives a more quiet life in Denver. But he did make an appearance during the 2022 Summer League, sporting a new tattoo on his head. And completely unlike Chris, there's one viral player who's not terrifying at all and doesn't have a single tattoo. He's also extremely slow and unproductive on the court too, but he's one of the most beloved players in NBA history. Brian Scalabrine was a bench player all his life, but he still won a title with the Celtics and stuck around the NBA for 11 seasons. Fans lovingly called him the White Mamba, as a play on Kobe Bryant's nickname, the Black Mamba. His charming personality and funny interviews made the NBA world love Scalabrine. And because his quotes often went viral, after the NBA, Brian went on to talk for a living. Now he's working as a television analyst for the Boston Celtics. And in 2021, Scalabrine went viral again. A high school kid heckled him, teasing him that he was one of the worst NBA players ever. So the White Mamba then played him one-on-one. Scalabrine destroyed the kid, winning the game 11-0. And afterwards, he decided to drop another memorable quote that the kid would never forget. "I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me." Hey, we said Brian's the most loved, not a pushover. But while he spent his career being adored by everyone, another man went viral by pissing off the king at the worst time possible. It's completely unacceptable to forget the score in the clutch moments of the NBA Finals. Nonetheless, J.R. Smith did it, leaving LeBron speechless and everyone else laughing. However, forgetting the score was just one of many viral moments JR produced over the years. Smith would untie his opponent's shoelaces at the free throw line until he was fined $50,000 by the NBA. He went on to dap his buddy Jason Terry in the middle of a game and gave up a wide-open dunk. But he once broke the internet by simply pulling up to the NBA Finals on an electric hoverboard. JR always managed to draw attention, but it wasn't all stupid and foolish. Smith once threw down a 360 dunk with the Knicks, and Superman dunked with the Nuggets. JR even thirst-trapped the internet once by spending the entire day shirtless during the Cavs championship parade. Nowadays, JR enrolled at North Carolina A&T to become a collegiate athlete by joining the men's golf team. But J.R. Smith wasn't the only talented NBA guard with humiliating NBA moments. Brandon Knight has been going through it. First, his ankles were stolen by a Kyrie Irving crossover, so bad that he'll probably never walk the same again. Then just 1 month later, he foolishly tried to block a lob pass to DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre dunked the ball so hard that it nearly ended Brandon's life. Since then, his career still hasn't recovered. Knight did play in the NBA until 2022, but he'll forever be remembered for getting his ankles broken by Kyrie and by getting posterized by DeAndre. Now Knight is a free agent, trying to find a place on an NBA roster for 2023. But I don't know what's worse, Brandon Knight's NBA career or being known in the NBA as Big Baby. Ever since Glenn Davis was 9, he was already the size of the average male, and he was too big to play with his age group. So his coaches always put him up against older opponents who bullied and beat up the 9-year-old kid. Glenn would often get teary-eyed, and that's when his coach infamously said, "Stop crying, you big baby." But it was in 2008 that a viral moment would justify his nickname to the world. Glenn Davis was a rookie playing for the Celtics, and as we all know, Kevin Garnett does not hold his tongue. So when KG started yelling at Glenn Davis, it's safe to say it was nothing out of the ordinary. Until Glenn literally started to cry, cementing his nickname to the world as Big Baby. At least Big Baby went on to win the 2008 title with the Celtics and have a reasonably productive 8-year NBA career. But his most recent viral moment happened in 2022. Big Baby was spotted attending a Celtics game, and when Davis found himself an empty seat in the front row, he snagged it for himself. Unfortunately for him, the rightful owners returned to their seats, and Baby had to move his big posterior elsewhere while the world was watching. Now Davis is pursuing a career in stand-up comedy. But similarly to Big Baby, Joakim Noah knows what it's like to go viral thanks to Kevin Garnett. Noah was on a podcast with Derrick Rose, and he talked about his first game against KG, who was his favorite player growing up. But when he finally had the chance to talk to his idol, KG told Noah to go F himself. Damn, never meet your heroes. But even though Noah won 2 national championships in college, a Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA, he's most famous for his on-court arguments with LeBron James and talking smack about Cleveland.
You like it? You think Cleveland's cool? I mean, I never heard anybody say I'm going to Cleveland on vacation.
Unfortunately, in 2020, after years of battling injuries, Joakim Noah's NBA career has come to an end. Now he's working with NBA Africa. He runs the Joakim Noah Foundation and is a brand ambassador for the Bulls. But what's even crazier than going viral for smack talk or getting humiliated on live TV? Going viral for doing absolutely nothing. Anthony Bennett was the first pick of the NBA draft, became a millionaire, and just 4 seasons later, he was already out of the league. After the NBA, Bennett signed with Turkish club Fenerbahce, where he won the EuroLeague. However, it would be fair to say they won it despite Bennett, not because of it, as he only averaged 1 point per game. And since then, Anthony has continued to play basketball, moving from place to place. He played in Puerto Rico, in Israel, and is now in Taiwan, having signed with Hsinchu JKO Lioneers for the 2022-23 season. As his Globetrotter journey continues, it's safe to say that for Anthony Bennett, basketball really is without borders.